The podcast you're about to hear involves true stories, which may contain graphic content that is not suitable for children. Listener's discretion is advised. This is Esoteric Oddities.
Hit or miss.
Hello?
I guess they never miss, huh? You got a boyfriend, I bet he doesn't kiss ya.
Like Wiz Khalifa!
You nailed it. Hi, guys.
Hey, guys. Yeah.
I have a migraine a little bit
He's
today, so
drinking 2 cups of tea.
I have my black tea because I think it's because I haven't had coffee in like 3 days. Because I've been trying to have like decaf tea in the morning.
Fuck that.
I know, and now I'm kind of regretting it because this is day 3. And
Regret. Regret.
Literally, that's what's happening in my head.
I am trying to be a better person. It's failing. Let me tell you a story about what happened today.
Okay.
So, work has been on my last nerves. Not really. I'm just like super overwhelmed. I'm doing a lot. I'm dealing with a lot of money.
It's the holiday season too, so it's
yeah.
like
So it's like, let's just book all these meetings. It's fine. Let's make budget. Anyway, so this carrier for a company called me that they dropped off the packages, and for some reason I was just super pissed. It was probably that stupid bitch on the bus who threw my jacket out of the way.
Wait, this all happened today, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So I said, hello, yeah, I gave her a different number, like, I'm clocked out, you're gonna need to call someone else, thank you, and I hung up, and then regret sank in, and I was like, why are you a bitch? So I called him back, and I said the call dropped, and then I was really nice and helpful.
Oh, look, that is true adulthood, guys. We should have a different podcast on like tips and tricks on how not to be a bitch.
I can't be on it then.
Sure you can. Look at that. You called him back. I mean, you lied and said the call dropped.
I was like, hi, the call dropped.
Even though he definitely heard you say, call someone else.
Yes, literally. And be like, thank you. And I clearly hung up. We had Friendsgiving on
Friday.
And it was really fun. We had a good time.
Even though like Thanksgiving is like way over.
Yeah.
It was like just
it's
like
weird. A lot of people had Friendsgiving that weekend.
Yeah. But it was fun. We did karaoke. If y'all don't have a karaoke machine, just pull up YouTube.
What was that game we played?
Oh, fuck. Ooh. It's something with a werewolf where you close your eyes and you have to
It's like an app. It's so fun. They all said I cheated, but I didn't.
Okay.
I did not.
All right, listen. Okay.
No.
So I'll briefly, without going into details, basically the game, you like close your eyes, you put your head down or whatever, and you're not supposed to look, and then you, at the end of the game, like you figure out who's a wolf. It's kind of hard to explain, but basically you're supposed to have your eyes closed. And at the time that Sarah was supposed to have her eyes closed, and now she's saying we're calling her out for cheating, there was one part where, you know, you're listening to a little app, and the app tells you, it's just like, if you pulled the so-and-so card, like open your eyes. And so that was me. So I opened my eyes and I did what the app was telling me to do while everybody else at the table had their eyes closed, or so I thought.
No, I did. I saw his shadow. I saw his arm move across my eyeballs. They didn't say put your hand over your head. They said close your eyes.
Okay, and then everybody's supposed to guess who everyone is, and then Sarah goes, Jonathan's the seer because I saw him. And everyone's like, bitch. And then we were like, so you cheated? And they were like, don't tell me I cheated.
My eyes were closed like everybody else's. You're just mad that I got you.
You got thin ass eyelids. I'll
sure
tell you
do.
that.
Look at this.
I love that for you. I went and I saw Trisha Paytas the following day, extremely hungover. It was a shit show. It's a lot to explain, so I'm not going to explain it, but I did make a video of it that should be live by now on my new YouTube channel, so go find that. I'll link it somewhere. Also, that interview we told you guys we had is now live on SoundCloud for SJP Magazine. No, it's not Sarah Jessica Parker. It's South Jersey, Philadelphia. And I will post it all. Thanks again to Anthony. So make sure you go check that out. Also, in our last episode during Sarah's story, we both brought up a YouTuber, and then we both made it a point to, I made it a point I'll take responsibility. I made it a point to say, I'll explain this later because I hate when people bring something up and then they don't explain it
later.
And then we literally did that. I'll take full responsibility. So in what part of the story was yours at? It had something to do with like the elite and like sacrifices.
So like clones and stuff.
That's what your story was about, but it came up at some, I don't fucking know.
I don't remember. It was last week. Okay. I'm so sorry. I'm trash, guys.
So,
but I remember mentioning her.
Yes. Okay. So there's this
like at a party. And
right. Yeah. So there's this YouTuber.
The ritual.
Yes, a YouTuber named Shannon Rose with a CH at the beginning of Shannon. So it's kind of like Shannon, I guess. She is I already said that. She's sorry. This migraine is kicking my ass. She's a YouTuber, ex-porn star. So she has a lot of like story time videos about when she was a porn star. And back in 2016, she came out with a YouTube video that was originally titled like vampires on Halloween. But I know for a fact she changed it because now it's drugged by a celebrity and it's a different thumbnail.
Yep.
So this was in 2016. So, basically in the video she described, like, for her it's like a crazy story time. She's just like, whoa, what happened there? But when I listened to it and at the end of her video, I was just like, dude, she definitely like witnessed some satanic cult shit,
right? And she was like, oh yeah, he brought me into this dark room. Yeah, okay, and I'm like, ma'am.
Okay, so let me just I went back and I briefly watched it. If you guys want to see, I'm also going to link hers. We got a whole bunch of links going on already. I'm just really building up that library. But I went back and I rewatched and I took like, I'm going to give you the spark notes of basically a 20-minute video. So in this video, Shannon Rose is talking about how she went to an A-list celebrity party with a few of her adults film star friends because, you know, she lives in LA and, you know, I guess the celebrities tend to hang out with the porn stars quite frequently. She said she had known the dude who like invited her. I couldn't figure out who it was. I'm sure people have guessed it.
I wish I could guess it because I'm literally so clueless.
Literally, I don't know how people do it, but
right?
Listen, on YouTube, when people post something and they're like, I'm going to bleep out this person's name, people fucking find out.
Well, because they probably like dug into like who she hangs out with and where she is most of the time and like all that shit.
No, this was like years ago.
Yeah, they still probably like dug into it at the time.
I don't know.
People don't have lives.
People are investigating nation out there. So anyway, she knew who this celebrity was when she was younger. So I think it might have been like a child star or something. I don't freaking know. Anyway, she's at this Halloween party. She sees a bunch of celebrities. She's trying to play it cool. She's all nervous. She said there was a band, like it was in a mansion basically. And she said, quote, I also put quotes here so you know that I paused that video and I made sure I got the shit verbatim. Quote, there is this dark Hollywood vibe to the party. I don't know how to describe it. You just had to be there to feel it and understand it. It's like American Horror Story, the hotel season. There was some type of vibe going on in that house. So that's what Shannon said in her video. Mind you, she's not speculating that any of this has to do with Illuminati or anything.
No, she's like, oh my God, it's so weird. It's a bad vibe.
Okay, so just remember that there are, this is a real thing that happened. Well, we're taking her word for it, but a real thing that happened and that there's celebrities in this house. So she's in the house. She sees this guy who owns the house, who invited her, who she leaves unnamed for reasons that will be obvious very soon. He offers Shannon and her friends drinks. They talk with the dude. And then he's like, I'm going to go mingle with the people at my mansion party because, you know, when you're hosting
I have a mansion. Duh.
Must be nice. I'll be in the East Wing. Oh, meet me in the parlor. So he's like, I'll catch up with you later. Blase. But I'm literally reading like a YouTuber's story time. What? Hell, am I? What is this? It's so fine.
This is our podcast.
Oh, Christ almighty.
We are the disciples of our own life.
Did you read that on like a pillow or something?
No.
Did your mom tell you that as a child?
I don't know where that even came from.
I don't either.
I'm just like trying really hard.
I love that for you.
Thanks.
So in the video, she makes it a point to say that she liked this guy and she'd been hooking up with him, but they weren't dating. So later that night, Shannon goes and sees this dude with this other girl that she doesn't know, and they're holding hands and shit. And he takes her downstairs to where his bedroom is. So now she says she's jealous and she's pretty tipsy. So she goes downstairs. She opens the dude's bedroom door. And at this point, she's like expecting to find them having sex. But she says, quote, they were not having sex. They were doing something way fucking weirder than that. So then she backpedals for a second.
What's weirder than sex?
That's a good question. It really is. You're just kind of like rubbing orifices.
Literally, and like moaning a lot.
Well, not a lot.
And like,
Oh, gonna have to bleep that out.
why?
So she backpedals for a second and she says that in her experience, all actors are weird, and the more famous you are, the weirder you are. Illuminati.
Is that subliminal or no?
So then Shannon explains that this girl, when she opens the door, this girl is sitting at the side of his bed with the collar of her costume pulled down, like exposing her neck. And she had a cut on her chest, like not her boob. What is this?
Collarbone above it.
No, clavicle.
Oh,
That's right. That's
clavicle
right.
rib. What's that song?
That's right. He went to med school. He didn't. He had health class in 6th grade though. So eat shit, Mrs. Hall.
I love that. I love that for you.
Stop making fun of me. So basically, she had a cut that was right there, and the celebrity dude whose house it was like sucking the blood out of her cut.
Okay, so like he's like a vampire.
And Shannon was saying that it was not part of the girl's costume. It wasn't fake blood or anything. And when the two people see Shannon, they ask her if she like needed anything, and they were acting as if like nothing happened. They were acting like everything they were doing was like totally in the norm, totally not unusual. So she just closed the fucking door and went upstairs. Like, what do you say after that? I have no freaking
I'd
idea.
be like, I'm gonna go. Bye.
So 10 minutes later, this celebrity dude who was just in the basement comes up, finds Shannon, asks her if she's okay. She's questioning. She's like, what the fuck were you doing down there? And he,
Why would you say anything?
He winks and says, Happy Halloween.
Oh, shit.
She said about 30 minutes.
Human rice.
Girl,
I'm
that
so sorry.
migraine in my ear.
so
It's
sorry.
okay. She said about 30 minutes after he walked away from that conversation, she felt really, really weird. She said she wasn't doing drugs that night, but she felt as if she could have possibly been drugged. As the night went on, he continued to take multiple girls downstairs one by one. And as this is happening, she said people are like walking past her and whispering in her ear, like, are you thirsty? And shit like that. She said she had this feeling that she was in like a house full of vampires that were getting away with drinking hot girls' blood and disguising it all because it was on Halloween and it was at a Halloween party. So
that's what those girls did in Trick or Treat. The werewolves.
Exactly.
Like, wow, this is some real shit.
So the guy comes back from the basement and goes up to Shannon, starts kissing her neck. He brings her downstairs. He sits her down. He pulls the neck of he pulls down the neck of her costume and pulls out a knife to cut her clavicle. She said like at this point she like couldn't help it but just go with the flow.
Ma'am, you don't get out of that house.
But she feels like she was like drugged, so she's just
that's
like
true. Like, okay,
or
this is
under
fine.
MK
Spell.
Ultra
True that.
or a spell. Or just drunk. So he sits her down, he pulls her neck down, and she asks why he was cutting her there. And he said, because it's the one place where it will always be hidden.
Okay, you could have picked like so many
I know, but
places.
like, okay, that's
Right.
interesting.
Red flag.
So she said for some reason she didn't care what he was doing. She just let him do it, which is weird because like 10 minutes ago she was hella paranoid and had
Right,
people
like, "These
whispering in her
vampires."
ear.
Yeah.
So he cut her and then was like licking her blood. And then she woke up the next day and there was a scab where the guy cut her. So it happened. So when I watched that video, to her, she was like, yeah, weird celebrities. Hollywood's weird, right? And I'm like, dude,
Are you
that
good?
is some like that
ritual
is yes.
shit. Yeah.
Illuminati, if you are hiring, that is odditiespodcast@gmail.com.
Okay. All right.
So yeah. Shannon Rose, go check her out.
Right. In that video.
Just gonna switch gears. I think, yeah, I go first this time.
Yeah.
So just gonna switch gears really quick and give a trigger warning because my story mentions rape, but I also think that this story is really important. So if you do choose to continue listening, you will see why. So in 2002, Bridget Kelly was just 24 years old. She was a first grade teacher at a school in Killeen, Texas, where she also resided. So it was June 21st. Again, the year is 2002. It is 3 a.m. I believe she had just driven one of her friends to the airport, I think, and she had just came back. She locked the door behind her. Bridget was alone when she heard a loud bang at her door. The door was bolt locked, so she looked through the peephole to see a man running towards the door. When the door didn't open, the man kicked it in. So now there is an unmasked man pointing a loaded gun at Bridget's head, and he demanded money. So when she didn't have any on her, he was like, okay, well, give me your fucking car keys and get in the car. So Bridget obliged, and the two got in the car. The man was in the driver's seat. Bridget, still at gunpoint, sat in the passenger seat, and he began driving them to the nearest ATM. So once they got to the ATM, she withdrew $200. Also, question. So I feel like this is a rumor, probably a rumor. I don't know if it's true or not, but they say like there's a number you can put into the ATM if like you're being robbed.
I heard that, but I feel like it's not true.
But why isn't that a thing? Why don't they have like a little emergency something, or like an emergency like way you put your PIN number in?
That's true. Or why don't they just have an emergency button?
Well, if there's an emergency button, then you would be put in danger, because let's say a guy has a gun pointed to your head. He's like with you at the ATM, and he's like,
true.
I'm gonna watch you put this PIN number in. And then you press the emergency button. I mean, nobody's gonna come there right away. Like he could just pull the trigger and get the fuck out of there.
You're right, but they have cameras.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But so I don't know why that's not a thing. If it's not, if it is, someone please let me know. But I feel like
there honestly probably is some places for some banks, but it's probably like not common.
I just feel like that would be a good idea.
Please save my life.
Then again, this was in 2002. So she took out $200, gave it to this dude. When she got back into the car, the man started driving in the opposite direction of Bridget's home. So now she's like, I don't think this is going to end well for me. So Bridget began praying Hail Mary out loud, and when the man didn't respond to her, she attempted to calmly stir up a conversation. She told the man that she was a first grade teacher at this school that was nearby. She mentioned that she loved children's literature, and again, he didn't respond. And then she just mentioned that she loved Peter Rabbit and was asking what his favorite childhood stories were. So I'm
this is terrifying.
It is, but I mean, she
has no other choice. Basically, it's like survival mode.
I truly don't know what I would do, and I truly hope I never find out. But
that's true.
Trying to bring this man back to a time in his life when he was like vulnerable, and just kind of humanizing yourself as much as possible. Because what else are you gonna do?
Yeah, true.
So again, he didn't say a word. He drove them to an empty field that was open but completely desolate. When he stopped the car, they were surrounded by complete darkness. So as a last try of humanizing herself, Bridget Kelly told the man, "A lot of people love me." And once again, the man did not say anything. So remember, this guy is not wearing a mask. She has seen his face. She knows exactly what he looks like. She could definitely point him out in a police lineup.
Right.
And she was still at gunpoint. So during this whole situation. So she knew she most likely was not going to go home that night. So the man ordered Bridget out of the car and told her to get naked. So she had no other choice. So she obliged and stood still. When adrenaline rushed over her, she booked it and ran as fast as she could through the field, not knowing if she was running towards help or away from it, because it was so dark and like vast and open. But the man caught up with her, grabbed her, forced her to lie down. He got on top of her and raped her. Then he told her to stand up and turn away from him, making it very clear that she was not to move, so she did. Gunfire rang out as a bullet missed Bridget. She screamed, and he shot again, this time hitting Bridget. She fell to the ground, and he walked closer to her. The man aimed the gun and pulled the trigger again, shooting her in the back. Then, one more time, the man shot her before walking away, getting in Bridget's car and driving off, leaving Bridget's face down in the mud, left to die with 3 bullet holes in her back.
Oh my God.
So it's now 4 a.m. Just about like around 60 minutes has passed from when this man came to her door to when she now has 3 bullet holes.
Oh my God.
in her back, and she's pretty much dying naked in a field alone.
Right.
So silence settled in, and Bridget attempted to move. She did not know where to go or how she was going to get there, but she knew that she did not want to die in that field. So she started crawling. But that, I guess, caused a lot of pain because there were sticks and twigs, and she has 3 bullet holes in her back.
Right. And it's like, think about crawling. Like, you are like
dragging
moving your back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So she somehow gathered the strength to pick herself up and run. She ran until she saw lights, and she approached the first door she could find. Covered in blood and mud, she banged on the door, and there was a woman inside who was too scared to open the door.
Man,
I mean...
I understand, but like,
yeah,
this
I know.
woman is bleeding.
But the woman did call the police.
Oh, that's good.
And when that woman did not help her, Bridget stumbled to the next house and banged on the door. So she was like naked and pretty much near death. She collapsed on the doorstep and couldn't bang her fists on the door anymore. Luckily, retired Army Sergeant Frank James opened his front door to find her laying there. And he said that bullet holes she had were extremely large. She was covered head to toe in blood and dirt, and he did not think she was going to make it. So he runs inside, dials 911, comes back outside to stay with her, covers her in a blanket and comforted her, and pretty much just told her that help was on the way. Help finally came. She was rushed to the hospital and underwent 6.5 hours of surgery.
Oh my God.
Doctors found that the bullets had miraculously missed her spine, heart, and lungs, but pretty much like fucked up a lot of other shit in her back. The police contacted Mike Kelly, who was Bridget's father. So at the time, he was working in Oklahoma, and they informed him of the attack, and within hours, Mike was on a private jet flight to Texas. So hours later, Mike arrived at the hospital just as Bridget was regaining consciousness. So obviously, as you would in a situation, they like just both held each other and cried for a while. Bridget was unable to speak because she had tubes down her throat.
Oh, okay.
So she was like motioning that she wanted to have a piece of paper so she could write. So her dad was a writer for a newspaper.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if I said that, but he was a writer for a newspaper. So he always had a pad on him. So he got one out. And she wrote, "Dad, I was thinking about you and Mom and my whole family when it was happening. I just wanted to see you again." So police then informed them that the attacker, who was an 18-year-old man who raped and attempted to murder Bridget, had been caught. So, yes, here. Mike Kelly was a writer for a newspaper in Nebraska. And when he was working there, he covered a lot of stories about attacks on women, but this time he began writing about his own daughter. So a couple days later, when he's starting to figure out that like he's going to write about it, she again can't talk. So she wrote down "say rape?" ? And Mike said no because of the newspaper's policy, where they weren't allowed to link the name of the victim to the word rape.
Why not? Like, if you're going to be a disgusting human and, like, take that from someone.
No, the victim. The name of the victim.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay.
In an interview, this was a couple years later, in an interview, Bridget asked, why is it more shameful to be a rape victim than a gunshot victim? That's a significant detail to leave out. If you're going to tell the story, tell the whole story. So Mike published his daughter's story, but due to the strict guidelines, he had to leave out the rape. But he kind of, like, hinted at it with doing what he could in a public publication.
Right.
But both Bridget and her father Mike pushed the Omaha World Herald, which was the newspaper if you couldn't fill in that blank. They pretty much pushed them to allow Mike to tell the whole story. And that is when they finally said, okay, you can write a second article. And this I think was over the course of months.
Oh, wow.
He published his second article, which opened with, "Now you don't have to read between the lines and wonder. My daughter was raped." That has to be fucking awful to write.
Right. And like the details of that?
I don't think he went into the details, but you couldn't use the word.
Right. Which is kind of like, hello?
Okay. Just wait. So his article was circulated with the painstaking details that too many shame victims for. So Bridget received a massive amount of support. She got cards and letters from other women. And in an interview, Mike Kelly, her father, said, quote, "So many women had survived rape, then came forward, but it was almost as if they had been waiting for someone to give them the okay to talk about it." And then Bridget continued, "And in a way, it's devastating because you're starting to realize this is everywhere and it's a secret." But Bridget didn't want it to be a secret, so with the help of her father, she got as loud as she could. I think it's obviously important to note that, yes, she survived the attack and she could walk. She had like no major health issues after being shot.
Did that
and
guy
attacked and
know
raped.
her before? Or was it just a random?
No, it was random. I think he saw her coming home. It was late at night, and she was one of the only people who was out because she had just came home from the airport because her friend had like a crazy early flight, or I guess it's late if it's at 3:00 in the morning.
Yeah.
Again, Bridget didn't want it to be a secret. And with a camera crew, she returned to the field in the exact same spot where she was raped to film a public service announcement. And I mean, I don't want to read it for you, so I'm just going to play the clip of Bridget saying it herself. Deep shit.
I know, I really feel for like rape victims. Also, just the way people treat them, like they're not even victims.
Yeah.
It's really terrible.
Because a lot of the times we're taught, don't wear spaghetti straps in school.
Right, or
you're going to distract the boys.
don't wear skirts above your knees. Don't, what is it?
Because you're wearing a mini skirt and a tube top, so you're asking for it, you know?
Right, or like you're wearing a really short skirt, so you must have wanted it. Like, that is bizarre to me. That is really bizarre. There are people out there that really think that way.
Yeah. Dude, there's some fucked up heads out there.
Yeah, like that guy.
But after the public service announcement went live, calls to the Texas rape hotline went up 200%.
Oh, wow, that's really nice.
Mm-hmm. As fucked up and awful as it is that there's that many people calling, it's like there's that many people
who have a voice now.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So as for the attacker and rapist, he was captured just 7 hours after the incident and was sentenced to 10 weeks. Not to 10 weeks. Hold on. He was sentenced 10 weeks to the day after the attack. So he went to court.
Okay.
His trial went on 10 weeks to the day after the attack, which is unusually fast.
Yeah.
Mike Kelly stood at the trial and gave his victim impact statement on behalf of the entire Kelly family. The kidnapper and rapist was sentenced to life in prison, as well as an additional 40 years. In all the articles about Bridget Kelly, at least that I could find, he remained unnamed, and that was certainly on purpose. I don't know where everybody who's listening gets their news sources from, but I get mine from Philip DeFranco, and something he says is that, like, fucking shitty scumbags of the earth like this, and same with like mass shooters, like, don't deserve to have their faces or their.
That's really true.
You know, so maybe that's why they were doing it, but I really couldn't find his name, and I tried to dig.
Crazy.
Also, there's an artist, Bridget Kelly, so she kept popping up a lot. But anyway, yeah, his name wasn't really, mentioned, so he gets no fame, no name dropping. He's a piece of shit. He's gonna rot in prison, then rot in hell. He was 18 when that happened in 2002. He's got life sentence and then 40 years.
Like, that's bizarre to me.
His ghost is gonna stay in there for 40 more years.
And it should be trapped.
So I think it's important to say that Bridget is very aware of how fortunate and privileged and safe she was when coming forward about her story. For well over 14 years as we record this, she has talked to women of all races, of all ages, of all backgrounds, of all colors. And she continues to speak at seminars, and she's a volunteer advocate working directly with these sexual assault victims and domestic abuse survivors. She actually, I don't know exactly how this program works, but I think if someone comes into the hospital after a situation like this, they are given the option, if it's even available, they're given the option if they want to talk to somebody like right then and there. And Bridget is one of the people who will be at the bedside like an hour after it just happened to you. And she, will show up next to these victims who are recovering in the hospital that day or like the day after a rape or attack. And she says that these people are like in the most vulnerable position in their life, and their entire lives, their entire world was just like flipped upside down in the worst way.
Right.
And, you know, family members and everybody's going to be upset who's around you. Friends are going to be upset, but like there's nobody there to truly console you unless somebody's been through something as fucked up.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
especially if it was like a near death, like she almost died.
Yeah. And she was left alone.
Yes. So in a 2015 interview for her father's newspaper, Bridget said, quote, "It can be very lonely to be in a place of deep suffering. As an advocate, I have more time to listen and try to help the survivors understand that they did not deserve what happened and it was not their fault." So all this crazy fucked up shit happened, but at the end of it, you know, some good came out because now she's an advocate. She speaks at seminars. She speaks at a bunch of places. Because her father worked for the newspaper, her and her father had the power to like change the way that the paper was being written about these women, these rape victims who were just, you know, in the article, the original article, it just said she had been shot.
Oh, okay.
And like people didn't know how awful it was.
Yeah.
And, you know, if you are a victim of that and you see that that's what they publish, it's just like, oh, let's not talk about
it's like
that
it's
part.
swept under the rug.
You know, and it is a really obviously a touchy fucking subject, but important to talk about. But more on to a happy ending. In 2004, a producer for Primetime in 2020 named Eric Strauss had come to interview Bridget about her story. The two hit it off and stayed in contact for 3 years. So 3 years later, Bridget left Texas for New York to earn her master's degree in education. And Eric just so happened to live in New York, met her out for lunch after she settled in. You know, they began seeing each other more frequently. And then they were finally dating in 2007. And in 2014, Bridget, who was 35 at the time, and 39-year-old Eric married.
Oh, cute.
And then on February 7th, 2015, Bridget gave birth to their son, Joshua.
Yay.
And then kind of recently, September 27th, 2018, Mike Kelly, her father, retired from the Omaha World Herald, where, again, with the help of his daughter, they changed the rules of reports on rape victims.
I love that.
So that was on season 1, episode 1 of I Survived. I didn't even know that.
Oh, wow.
Until like after I did all this research.
Yeah.
I was like, oh shit, I could
I
have
didn't
just
even know
watched
that
that.
was a show.
I Survived?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a lot of the stories are fricked, but Bridget Kelly, she's a strong one, and she's a fucking force of nature, and she survived. But really quick, before we move on to Sarah's story, I just wanted to say, if you or someone you know is a sexual assault or rape victim, it is not your fault and you are not alone. And I just wanted to give you guys a resource. So you can reach the National Sexual Assault Telephone Hotline. The number is 800-656-HOPE or 800-656-4673. So if you do decide to call, or your friend decides to call, you will get a range of free services, including confidential support from a trained staff member, support finding a local health facility that is trained to care for survivors of sexual assault and offer services like sexual assault forensic exams. You will also get access to local resources that can assist you with your next steps towards healing and recovery. Also, referrals to long-term support in your area. Also information about laws in your community, and basic information about medical concerns and more. Again, you are not alone. It is not your fault. The number for the National Sexual Assault Hotline is 800-656-4673. Or you can access 24/7 help online by going to online.rainn.org. And that is Bridget Kelly's survival story.
Wow. I'm so...
It's deep. It's a lot. It's
a
lot. And I know it's like, what do you say after that? But fuck,
yeah,
she changed.
but like, I'm really happy that she got the chance and like had the platform to like change things and reach out to women. And now she's an advocate.
Yeah.
Like,
And
what happened to her was terrifying, and it was really fucked up situation, but like it opened up her world to like something that maybe like now, makes her feel like she has meaning behind it, you know, like this happened to me but I'm helping people.
I totally agree. As fucked up as it is to say that gave her like meaning, because, and again, like as fucked up as it is, if that didn't happen to her, she wouldn't have met her Eric, husband doing an interview for, you know, it's the silver lining in the most fucked up situation that you can look at. Also, oh my god, I started crying when I found this out. The guy that helped her, the Frank guy, Sergeant, the ex-army guy whose door she knocked on, they ended up being like friends, like his wife, so nice. Him, and they obviously like he fucking like saved her life. But unfortunately, I think last year, the year before, he passed away, and she did. Bridget did the eulogy at his funeral.
Oh, that's so nice.
I know.
Wow. And like we said, it's a crappy situation, but there are like some good people.
Yeah. For every like one shitty person, for every one really fucking shitty person, there's a whole lot of good people. What was that line from Series of Unfortunate Events? It's like there's a lot more good in the world than bad. You just have to look hard enough. Yeah. And it's true. And I did hesitate, I'm not gonna lie, on this story because of that it surrounded rape, and I didn't want to trigger anybody who's listening, but also once I read it, I was like, well, fuck, I have to do this. Like, this is her story. There's people out there who, and I'm just participating in something that's like, hush hush, let's not talk about it, even though it's happening everywhere around you. Rug. Yeah. Keep fighting the good fight, Bridget Kelly. You're a fucking rock star.
Yes.
So, what do you got for me?
This is the story of Fran Selick. He was born in 1929. He's from Croatia. Fran had a terrifyingly unlucky but incredibly lucky life. He had 7 near-death experiences but survived them all.
What?
So I have a timeline of everything that has happened.
Is this a hoax? Are you hoaxing me?
No, I'm like really like for real.
Okay.
So like 1962, a train flips off the track and crashes into a river, killing 17 people. Selick survives. 1963.
Hold on, he was on the train.
Yeah.
And it just flipped over. Mm-hmm. And he walked off the train.
Yep.
Okay.
1963, a plane crashed, killing 19 people. But Selick was sucked out of the malfunctioning door and landed in a haystack. He was on the plane.
Okay.
These people are going to be like, Sarah, you're fucking dumb.
Wait, is this real though?
Yes.
Did you make sure?
Yes.
Okay. Oh my God. Wow.
1966.
Hold on. Wait, just to clarify, the first one was 62 and that was 63, right?
Yeah.
I don't know what you always say the years of things, and I'm always like, wait, what year?
I know.
Have you noticed that? Like, I don't.
And then and then if I don't say it, you're like, what year?
I just say it regardless. So just
1966. A bus that he was in skids off the road and kills 4 people. He survives.
He was on the bus. Dude, stop taking public transportation. Yeah, maybe walk somewhere. Holy shit. 1970,
his car catches on fire, but he manages to escape before it explodes.
He must have fucked with some bitch who had some voodoo on him. I swear for God.
1973, car catches on fire again and shoots flames through the air vents. He survives.
Shoots flames. He's in the car. Oh my God, just picture like the fucking... Oh. Dude, my car gets like that though. It gets so hot, I feel like that's what happens.
1995, he got hit by a bus. He survived.
Why is it all like public transportation though?
1996, he misses head-on collision in his car, but falls off the road. He's ejected from the seat and holds onto the trees when the car plummets 300 feet down. So like it was like falling down a cliff, but like he was holding onto the trees, so like he survived.
I don't know what to say. I feel like you're fucking with me.
I'm really not.
Okay.
Why do you think that?
I don't know, because this dude's life is heavily unfortunate.
I told you.
Did that sentence make sense?
But in 2003, he won the lottery.
Hey, he better just fuck it up. It's like rain.
Okay.
That's kind of like that ironic song when the dude was scared to fly and then he's like, finally takes his first flight and then it crashes to the ground. How much did he win in the lottery? Do we know? I want to freaking know. Someone won like $1 million in the small little like poppy shop by my parents' house.
Oh my god, amazing.
I know they used to sell me cigarettes when I was like 14.
Okay, like there's like YouTube videos on this guy. Like, I'm serious.
Wait,
It's
what
real.
was his name again? One more.
Frane, so it's Frane, Selleck, Selak.
No relation to Tom Selleck, I assume.
No.
I used to work with a guy who
He
looked
was a
like Tom
music
Selleck.
teacher.
He was a music teacher
Mm-hmm.
and like a superhero, Jesus.
Yeah,
with really
literally.
bad luck.
Though. He like beat death sometimes.
So is he still alive? I would assume not. He said 1929 he was born,
not
right?
alive anymore.
Aw. Well, that just goes to show you, don't take life too seriously because you'll never make it out alive. I think that was a Kurt Cobain quote. But don't quote me on that quote.
Don't quote me on that quote. Okay.
So that was his crazy story.
Yeah, that
Oh,
was
Jesus.
his 7 times he cheated death. All right.
Can you imagine like planes, trains, and automobiles? Holy shit.
Yeah, I would. Okay, after the first time, I would not. I would just not.
No.
After the first plane crash, the first car blowing up.
No. Because how often does that stuff happen?
Not often, but to him it does.
Oh my God! Last year, a fucking car around the corner from my house like blew up. It was on fire when I was driving home. Yeah, I took
That's
a video
terrifying. How does that happen?
of it. Well, there's a lot of things in your car that can
Oh,
blow up. You know, you got gas in there, you got oil in there. Shit gets real hot.
that's true. Was it in the summer?
No, it was pretty much. I think it was like the beginning of December.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
All right, I have the next story.
I also have a fear that my car is gonna blow up. Knock on wood. But like,
Why would you say that? Don't put
because
it out
it-
there. You literally tell me don't put it out there all the time, and here you are.
I retract my last statement. Retract. That is the cha-cha slide.
Remixed by Kara Kyman and Jonathan Carson.
It doesn't quite work with my name.
Well,
We can just call me Jonathan.
Jonathan.
Or it's your boy, a skinny penis.
Do you have a skinny piece?
No, it's that Vine.
Oh,
Oh gosh, she shrugged.
I did, and I acted like everyone can hear me. I mean, see me.
Kim and Colin, run out here. Come get y'all juice.
Yep.
That last frame is my life right now.
Same.
It's not. We're doing great. You're doing great, sweetie.
I have to pee. So it was midday on a Thursday in January 1998. Did you hear that? 1998.
Don't patronize me, baby.
When Danny Pinar came face to face with a black mamba and its bite. Mo mamba.
What's that? Is that a spider?
It's a snake.
Oh, scary. Less legs, but scary.
So at the time, Danny was head of the scientific services in the Kruger National Park, and he was a student at the time, and he was tracking white rhinos near the Fabeni tribe south of Pretoriscope. I'm trying really hard, guys.
I know.
I know I sound really stupid sometimes.
You don't sound stupid.
I'm trying hard. Okay. So the water was deep and he was looking for a place to cross the stream. He says, I remember there were reeds on my side when I saw a brown movement and saw the snake disappear into the reeds.
Whoa, in the water?
Yeah.
Oh, hell no.
Oh, hell no.
No. Fuck that shit.
Okay. So,
Oh my
he
God.
identified the black mamba, but initially thought nothing of it other than it was just like a huge snake. He didn't know what kind of snake it was.
I'm picturing that scene in that movie. What was it called?
Anaconda.
Was it Anaconda?
Yeah.
Was that with Jennifer Lopez?
Yes.
Or was that Jennifer
No.
Lawrence? No, not Jennifer Lawrence. Jennifer Garner.
No,
Jennifer
it was
Love Huge Tits? Lopez.
Yeah.
Oh my God, is that the one where the guy gets the wasp in his fucking oxygen tank and they have to slit his throat?
What?
Yeah, maybe I'm making this up. I don't think I'm making this up. I think it was
How is that possible?
Anaconda. He had
Anaconda.
He had a wasp that got in his like face mask or got in his oxygen tank and he breathed it in and it was like in his throat and it was like stinging him or something. Oh, somebody remembers Oddities podcast at gmail.com.
Yes, please tell me. He was alone and he was wearing shorts. A few paces on, he recalls feeling a burning sensation on the side of his leg under his knee. This is a quote from him. Subconsciously, perhaps I knew I was bitten because 2 strides on, I stopped to check. He found 4 blue
What
purple.
do you mean subconsciously? I think I knew I was bitten.
I think venom is numbing.
No, but you know if you got fucking bit by a snake.
That's true. Well, he found 4 blue-purple holes and a drop of blood, and his worst suspicion was confirmed.
I wonder, did he have like survival training for that kind of shit if he was a student and like that's what he was doing, like on his little excursions and shit.
Yeah, I'll
no,
get
bitch,
there.
I'm gonna stay home. I'm gonna watch Animal Planet. I will donate to save the rhinos.
The first symptom appeared quickly. He had a bad taste in his mouth, almost like metal, and pins and needles in his fingertips and lips. It soon became worse, and later it felt like all of my hair on my body stood up. That's a quote by him.
You can tell that down if you need.
He also said, I realized the venom was doing its damage. Being alone, far from the bakey with no medical equipment on hand,
What's the
Danny
bakey?
faced daunting decisions.
Oh, is he gonna cut his fucking leg off?
I think the bakey is like where they were staying.
Bakey ma.
Bakey graffiti.
I'm surprised you didn't say that. It's Halloween Town. And that was my cat eating her little giblets.
He only had a gun and a knife and tracking equipment. So he has no medical equipment on him. So like he knew what to do, but he didn't have it on him. So like right, E is right. He says, I was relatively sure I was not going to get help in time. For a brief time, he considered settling under a tree and writing a farewell note to his friends and family. Fortunately, the desire to survive burned stronger, and he decided to try and reach the bakey. Bakey ma.
Okay, now you gotta knock it off.
There's a lot of quotes in here, so bear with me.
I love a quote. You know I'm a quote queen.
So, end quote.
Why haven't we called me that before?
Quote queen?
Yeah.
Oh, kind of like Coke queen, but quote queen.
Yes, I used to be a quote queen. Now I'm a quote queen.
Whoa. Our parents listen to this.
Hi, Mom.
Hey,
Diet
Mom.
Coke queen. Remember I used to have Diet Coke on my knuckles every fucking day?
Every time. I think I have a picture.
God, 18 years old. What was it?
Nothing. He said if I had died there, a rescue team would not even know where to have started looking for me. In the meantime, he tried, knowing it was not the right thing to do, to open the bite marks with his knife, with little success. He tied his belt around his upper leg.
Okay, he's like on land now, right?
Yeah,
he's
under a tree.
Okay. What a mean fucking snake. Like, he didn't have to do that. What did he get out of it, literally?
He basically had a pen and a paper, and he made a quick note of what happened to him. Leaving everything else behind, he took his gun and compass and ventured back to the bakey. He says, it was extremely difficult as I deliberately forced myself to walk and breathe slowly to try to slow my heartbeat down. He was sweating badly, and by the time tunnel vision...
At least he knows that. My ass would have been running.
That's true.
I would have been squirting out of those
but
little
it's
holes
stupid
in
that
my
he didn't
leg.
have any type of medical stuff with him.
But he was literally crossing like a river.
That's true.
He didn't really think he was gonna...
Like, baby bitten.
Maybe don't cross the fucking river.
So by the time he had tunnel vision as the poisonous attacked the smaller muscles, he finally arrived to the bakey and attempted the closest route to the tourist road, using the fire breaks and at the times almost getting stuck in streams, which was not a good idea.
Clearly.
He reached the tourist road. He could not find anyone, and it was near Shaban Kopis that the first car came by. This is obviously in like a different country.
Really? I couldn't tell. I thought this was in Idaho.
They must have thought a weirdo was on the attack as I was doing 130 km an hour.
Kilometers.
Yes, but I say kilometers.
Well, it's kilometers per hour.
Kilometers per hour. Forced them off the road, jumped out without a shirt and gun in hand. So basically saying like he was like running towards these people and they got scared and they ran away because he had like...
He was shirtless and he
had
jumped
a gun.
out with a gun
Yeah.
and he was going 130 kph.
He finally found two ladies and a gentleman that rushed him to a ranger, Tom Gissel. He explained what had happened, and he recalled how Tom told his wife, a black mamba has bitten Danny, not thinking that their eldest son is also named Danny, and she thought he meant the boy.
Oh, okay.
The doctor advised them to go to Nelspruit, but that a helicopter was not available, and they had to go by car. So the trip was done in record time with a police escort around White River helping them on. He arrived at the hospital about 2 hours after the time he had been bitten. By this time, the symptoms had intensified, but he could still communicate sufficiently to tell the doctors what happened.
He seems very calm.
Yeah, well, he's like does this, so I feel like that's why.
The snake couldn't have been that venomous, or it couldn't have gotten that much venom in him, because it's been like 2 hours post bite.
That's true.
And he's still okay.
So because of the time frame, they were skeptical and told him he would be monitored carefully. As the doctors removed the tourniquet, which is the venom.
Okay.
His condition deteriorated rapidly. Suddenly, he could not swallow and his speech slurred. He tried to tell Tom not to switch the machines off, as he remembered how a snake expert in Mogleysburg had an experience where he could hear the people contemplating switching the life support off as they thought he was in a coma.
Okay. Also, do you know what country he's in? I don't know, but I'm wondering how good their hospitals are. Y'all got Obamacare?
So it's Kruger National Park, South Africa.
Okay. There's something about like animals and insects in other countries that just, scares the shit out of me.
Yeah, because they're like, but you have to think like, how would we treat a snake bite? Because we don't have snakes here. They're like kind of like accustomed to it.
We have snakes.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, those type of snakes.
I saw a snake once and I thought it was a stick, and I picked it up to throw it to my golden retriever.
Same. But I didn't pick it up. I was like, oh shit, that's a snake. Let me not.
Yeah, I picked it up. And then we also actually, in Chicago, we had a little pet snake that lived in our garden. And my dad wanted to kill it one day, but my mom named it Ralph. And he came back. He dead ass, came back. We don't know if he came back or if he just stayed there year round.
I cannot.
Every spring and summer, he would hang out. My mom would be like, hey,
Ralph.
Make him little sandwiches out of Ritz crackers and some salami.
Cute salami. So the doctors put him on a ventilator, and he was briefly knocked out when he came. Yeah. When he came to, he was completely paralyzed, yet he could touch, hear, and see everything. He said he could only see if they lifted his eyelids to check his pupils, but there was nothing wrong with his sight. So I guess it was only his.
So his muscles.
Mm-hmm.
Frick.
It was the same situation the man he was talking about earlier that also experienced, he could hear that people were trying to shut off the life support.
Mm-hmm.
And he was restrained to the bed and recalls how he's sweating profusely on this plastic sheet in a hollow bed. The fan was on and he was freezing, but he couldn't do anything.
This is like when you wake up during surgery and they don't know that you're awake because you can't move because
Right. So
you're paralyzed.
His friend Dewald comes to visit and he tries getting Danny to give him a sign that he can hear and see.
Oh my God. So at this point he's just
kind of he's paralyzed.
But fully conscious.
Yeah.
And they're thinking he's a vegetable.
He's in a coma, yeah. And he's like, hello, no, I'm not. But he can't say anything.
You're giving me hives.
I'm sorry. So he, with great difficulty, he slightly moved his foot. And his friend noticed.
Oh my God, can you imagine if the friend didn't notice?
Right. That little
I'd be
movement.
Sarah, fucking look down there.
So then they realized he was not in a coma. Slowly he regained more muscle function as the venom molecules were flushed out of his system. The following morning his parents had arrived. He was still on the ventilator and not fully recovered from the paralysis. He says being attached to the ventilator with a thick pipe down my throat was the worst part physically.
I bet.
The pipe was removed on that Saturday. So this happened on Thursday.
Okay.
And then the pipe was removed on the Saturday.
Is that a quick recovery, I guess, right?
Yeah.
2 days?
He had profusely sweating for some time and bite marks that remained purple for a while. He didn't suffer any consequences.
So no long-term damage.
Nope. And
Wow.
on the first day back in the field, the first thing he encountered was a black mamba on the road. A few months later, he told the story to a friend who happened to have a similar experience soon after and was able to tell the doctor what had happened without having seen the snake that had bitten him. The doctor, after examination and questioning him, administered the anti-venom, which saved his life. So I think that reverses the venom.
Right.
And Danny does mention that it was easy to stay calm.
How?
And that was the story
Daniel.
of the Black Mamba.
Yikes.
Not to get confused with Sheck West, Mo Mamba.
Oh my God.
Sorry.
Oh my God. I hate that you just said that. I looked it up and I hate to say it, but it's kind of cute. I mean, like, clearly it's a dick.
Get out of here.
It's a dick of a snake. Like, that was literally, that was pure rude. Like, the man was just trying to cross the river. Did you look at pictures of it?
I can't. That is not cute.
It's a handsome looking snake. Look, it looks like he's smiling. I think that's, and his eyes are all big.
Look at his tongue. It looks like a clam.
What is that? All right, you guys, I'm going to be posting pictures of that on our Instagram. Yeah, wow. Don't know what I would do if I was attacked by a snake.
That's probably why it's called Black Mamba, because his tongue. No.
Oh, I thought it was because they were their black scales. I guess they're not all black, huh? Mm-mm. Yeah, ew, y'all need to brush your teeth. Look at...
It's weird because some his tongue is like really big and some they aren't.
Listen.
That's crazy.
We all come in different shapes and sizes. Do not shame these snakes for their tongue size.
Sure
Okay. I'm not afraid of snakes. I don't want to encounter one when I'm out in the wild. But like if people have pet snakes and stuff, like it doesn't bother me. Like my brother was a manager at PetSmart, and like I would go in there and hang out with the chinchillas and the snakes and shit.
So I guess you could call him my stepbrother at one point, but now he's not. Anyway, he was playing with a mouse and then he picked up a snake and a snake bit him. So like I don't trust. That's something I don't trust.
Well, probably because he's.
That's definitely why, but like you never know like what's on your hand.
Like if you were eating Flaming Hot Cheetos and that snake's like, yo,
I'm
a black
mama.
I really like some Flaming Hot Cheetos. I'm gonna bite you.
You never know. Yeah.
That's fucking rude though. Like he wasn't doing anything. He was crossing the river. Okay, so they don't have arms or legs. That scares me. How do they get around so fast? They shed their skin. What's good with that? Also, don't we all kind of shed our skin? Well, one because it's winter and I'm peely as fuck.
Not like on the
Also, like
outside.
Our personalities, like we really like grow.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about. Like we don't shed our skin on the outside.
Right.
It's like on the inside.
Okay. All right, y'all. We are going to lighten the mood and do something we haven't done in a really long time.
I'm not picking my nose.
You were picking your nose. And literally, if you didn't say anything, they wouldn't have questioned it.
I was moving my nose ring.
She doesn't have a nose ring.
You're lying? That's a lie.
My headache's gone.
Yay.
I don't know if it's the black tea or the green tea that worked, or that fistful of Advil I shoved up my ass.
He told me he was taking Viagra.
Oh yeah, I took some. I like grabbed a bottle. I'm smart, but like I just wanted my.
I'm smart, but
listen, I wanted my headache to be gone, so I grabbed a bottle and I assumed that it was Advil, and I just instead of pouring it into my hand, I just poured it into my mouth, and then I swallowed water, and then I was like, wait. What if that was something else? Like, 'cause we have dewormer pills up there and shit.
Right.
So then I looked at it and it was like, oh, okay, just Advil, we're good. Check your bottles before you take them. Ladies and gents, learn from my mistakes. Imagine if I took Viagra. Why would we have Viagra in this house? My penis worked just fine. Ask your father, sweetie. That was weird. Just kidding. Okay, so we're going to take a quiz. This quiz, we're going to lighten the mood. It is, which Christmas movie character are you? And
so
you guys
these are all pictures.
Oh, fuck.
It's like not like questions, but we can explain what the pictures are.
Oh no, this is dumb.
Yeah.
No, we're not doing that. Oh, I like the snowman with the boobies. Now that is classic comedy, you guys.
I like Frosty.
What was I gonna say? Oh, stick around because we have our fun facts on our tweet of the week, and you're not gonna want to miss a second of it,
sure
baby.
Don't.
Changing it up again. We're gonna do which classic Christmas character are you? The link for this will be in the show notes if you want to take it with us. I fucking love quizzes. I love when like magazines have quizzes in them and you take them with your friends at slumber parties while your nails are drying and like you're like, Mom, it's 9:00. I'm drinking soda. What are you gonna do about it?
Oh
but
my
Mom's
God,
not there.
You live in a fantasy.
Listen, because I was at Jocelyn's house and her mom let us eat the cheese puffs. Every house in America, I swear, had that little thing of cheese puffs. Well, I guess it wasn't
the
little
ones
now,
that I
was
used
it?
to get.
The big ass ones. Yeah, they said put that on top of the fridge. It's where it belongs.
Yeah. All right.
Okay, begin game.
What are your thoughts on pets? Love them and have them. They're cute, but I don't want one. I'm not a huge animal person.
No, it says they're cute, but I don't have one.
I said that.
No, you said, but I don't want one. You said it like a little brat.
I am a brat.
I said love them and have them. Okay. Pick a fun. Oh, I love hats. Pick a fun hat to wear to the holiday party. First one is a purple tiara with crystals at the top. The next one looks like Frosty the Snowman's hat or a magician's hat. Who knows? The next one is a what would you call it? It's like a hunter's hat, but it has it looks like brown corduroy on it, and it's got Snoopy and Charlie Brown.
What's his name wears one of these? It's the Looney Tunes character, the one with the gun.
Elmer Fudd.
Yeah, he wears one.
And then they've got the helmet, the classic broski helmet. It's got a helmet with the 2 beer cans that are on the side. Remember, he was number 1.
I love that.
SpongeBob reference. And a Santa hat. Okay, so we're wearing this.
R.I.P.
We're wearing this to. Seriously, we're wearing this to a holiday party.
You're not wearing the tiara.
No, I'm not wearing the tiara.
Oh, I said I am.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna wear the Santa hat because I'm a ho.
Okay. Is it more fun to give or receive gifts?
There was a Mary Kate and Ashley song. Please tell me you remember it. It's better to give than to receive. Okay, I'm going to say give. What did you say?
Give.
Okay, truly, like as a kid, I used to be like, oh my God, I love giving. Like I'm so giving. But like in the back of my head, I was like, bitch, cough up them coins, Henny. I don't want the fucking socks. I want the coins.
I feel that.
Give
I
me
used
that
to cry
gift
when
card.
I got clothes.
Oh my God, same. Like, but now I want.
Now that's all I want.
But also, like, sometimes it's so awkward. If I ever had a birthday party where people got me stuff and I had to open it in front of everybody and act like I fucking enjoyed that.
I'm not good at it.
Unflattering turtleneck sweater that Amanda from down the block got me because her mom forced her to.
Fucking
no way.
Amanda.
I'm telling you. So when do you usually get in the Christmas spirit? Before Thanksgiving, I start early. Right after Thanksgiving. Or I'm never really in the Christmas spirit. Sorry. I'm going to say right after Thanksgiving. It's usually like around Thanksgiving because of like, at least since I've been an adult, because you like have to prep. Like
for everything?
Yeah, you have to prep for like when at your job. Like I've been doing Christmas videos since like Halloween at my work. So I mean, and I've literally had to decorate like our set like multiple times, then take it down to do regular videos and then decorate it again.
Fuck that.
I don't mind it. Not gonna lie.
Oh, I like that then. I love that for you.
Thank you. I'm gonna say right after Thanksgiving.
Yeah. Are you able to handle cold temperatures? Handle? I love the cold. Only sometimes when I'm properly dressed. No, I hate it. You know I love the cold.
I don't love the cold, but I'm also from Chicago, and our winters there were like -4. Literally, like -4 was like, ooh, I'll wear shorts today. And it was windy as fuck. So I can handle the cold. I'd much rather the cold like than the hot. It's so much easier to sleep in a cold room than a hot room.
I sleep in the air conditioner all year round.
I crack my window.
Yeah.
Okay. Would you rather read a book, watch TV, or go to the movies? I'm going to say watch TV because I can get up and get snacks that are not overpriced from my kitchen, and I can poop in my own house.
Yep. Watch TV.
What the fuck was that?
Did you see that?
Did a face just pop up?
Yeah.
That was so scary.
Oh, it's back.
Oh, okay, it's back.
Do you believe in magic? Yes, I really do. No, even Houdini had explanations. I'm not sure, actually. You know I believe that magic, and that's MAJIK.
G.
Oh. Yeah, G. Oops. Fuck. Can I do that again?
Yeah.
Edit that out.
Okay.
Fuck. Okay. MAGIK.
I love you so much. I'm going to say, yes, I do. I really do.
I sure do.
What part of this tree illustration stands out the most? Okay, sorry. We are looking at a Christmas tree. It looks like a Chris Pine. That's another Vine reference. Okay, so it's literally got the bells and whistles that a normal Christmas tree has on it. So what stands out the most? The star, the lights, the ornaments, the actual tree, or the garland? What about those sparkles? What the fuck? They didn't even mention the sparkles.
If I say the actual tree, will that be everything? Like, everything stands out to me. The stars, the lights, the ornaments, the garland. Like, hello?
You're just saying all of it stands out to you?
Yeah.
Ew.
I guess I'll do the ornaments.
I mean, it's up to you. I'm going to say the star because it's at the tip of the top.
On a scale of 1 to 3, how often do people annoy you?
Oh, Christ. 1,
I'm not easily annoyed. 2, every once in a while. 3, I'm this close to punching someone in the face.
Whoa, I almost just fell off the table.
Oh my God.
I'm going to say 2.
Me too, because...
I'm also definitely like training myself to not be annoyed by people.
Yeah, because like I'm getting annoyed based on their reaction to me. Like it has nothing to do with me, and I'm getting annoyed. Like I'm just confused.
Donald Trump fucking annoys me.
Right? Ew. We have like the news on at work, and I like saw the
Cheeto?
George Bush funeral, and he was like, "Shut the fuck up."
He was like, "It's a sad day. Follow me on Twitter."
Yeah, basically.
Whoa.
The forest fires are because we don't rake the leaves.
Oh my God. Jesus Christ. Can you please? Is this yours to read or mine?
Yours. Didn't I read the tree thing?
Oh, yeah. No, I read the tree thing. Then we had the annoyed. Now we're on this.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
That's how.
Pick a C word that most describes you. Dead ass. This is what it says.
Cunt!
Wow. Okay. Carefree, clever, cheerful, crafty, or cautious. I'm going to say, can I pick a crafty, cautious combo? Oh, triple C, alliteration. I don't think so.
Oh.
But I think I'm crafty.
Not carefree. I'm not really cheerful. I'm not that clever. I'm not crafty. I feel like I'm most cautious. I overthink everything.
Okay, that's perfect. I'm crafty. One time I ran out of plates, so I ate off of a Frisbee. Whoa.
What does this have anything to do with Christmas?
I literally have no idea, but I guess we're going to find out at the end. Go ahead.
Do you go by your actual name or nickname? Actual name, nickname.
Wait, that's like literally 50-50 for me. But I'm going to say probably more.
I don't ever call you Jonathan. And everyone
You
calls
mean
me
you
my
don't?
actual
Nobody
name.
calls you don't call me John.
Oh, yeah.
You called me John once on the podcast, and it was weird.
Ew. Who was that?
Right. I'm going to say actual name. Are you gullible? Extremely, somewhat, or never?
If I say never, Jonathan will
I
be
will
like,
launch over
I
this
know.
table.
He put a fist up to me.
I did. You'll hear
Get
me
a
now.
knuckle sandwich.
Ew. My grandpa used to say that.
Can I say somewhat?
No.
I'm like extremely gullible.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm gonna say somewhat. I check my sources though. I say as I like never check my sources. Just kidding. Hold on. Is this the last? I think this is the last question.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Which holidays? I just read it.
Oh, which holidays? No, because you were odd numbers because you started it.
Which holiday snacks do you consume most? Peppermint dick, fruitcake, frozen hot chocolate, Christmas cookies, or leftover turkey?
That was peppermint bark, by the by. I'm gonna say Christmas cookies because that's the only thing I eat.
For those of you who are asking where I got it from, it's from Girl Interrupted.
Peppermint dick.
Right. I'm gonna say
Peppermint
leftover
clit.
turkey. Oh, cute. Who are you?
Oh, okay. Bitch, I got Santa Claus.
I'm Rudolph.
Okay.
That makes perfect sense.
Okay, I got Santa Claus. Ho, ho, ho. It's your passion in life to spread joy and cheer among all people, unless they're naughty, of course. Then they get a spanking.
I'm like really about to cry.
I put that spanking part in there. You also may be the world's #1 connoisseur of cookies. Not a bad hobby, we must say. You know what? One time I made cookies and I totally forgot to add like half the amount of sugar because I was an idiot and I may or may not have been under the influence. But
Of
they were
that
still
green
good.
thing. Love that.
But they call me a connoisseur of cookies.
Connoisseur. You may be a bit of an outcast. But you're committed to helping others in times of need. This overcoming of adversity and desire to bring peace and harmony are what makes you a true international icon.
You are. Look at you.
Wow.
Oh my God, and I'm Santa. Will you guide my sleigh tonight?
I sure will.
Did you see? I think we talked about it a little bit at Friendsgiving, but people were like talking shit on the OG claymation Rudolph.
I love that.
Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Okay, everybody is saying like it's fucked up, it's problematic.
How?
Santa's a bully. Okay. First off, y'all need to calm your kids.
But it was made like a really long time ago before like.
A lot of people didn't have anything to complain about, so they started complaining. Obviously, shit from back in the day is going to be problematic.
Yeah, that's true.
Fucking Breakfast at Tiffany's. Have you seen it?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, of course you have. I forced you to watch it. Love that movie. But Mickey Rooney, what are you doing playing an Asian man, playing on Asian stereotypes and tropes, putting in fake teeth? Yeah.
Yeah,
so
like-
it's problematic. It's fucked up shit, but that we develop and we grow. Mm-hmm. Sometimes we have hiccups. We might be in a hiccup right now. Look at our White House.
Okay.
Whoa, when did this become a political podcast?
Well, we're here.
Okay, do you have a tweet of the week and a fun fact?
Yeah.
Okay, give me one of them.
Okay, this is my tweet of the week. It's from @AudreyKitting. She says,
I stay hating that bitch.
I'm sorry,
she changed.
she literally blocked you on MySpace once.
And she in person. Okay, go ahead.
As long as you are in a human body on this planet, there will always be people who will try to bring you down, spread gossip, and judge. This says nothing about you, but everything about them. Distance yourself, block them, and keep shining your light. They are irrelevant.
She blocked me. What kind of full
Because that's
circle
the
shit?
type of bitch
No,
she is. She said this is toxic.
No. I said, hey, I want to hang out with Audrey Kitching. I would love to buy this fucking panda sweatshirt that you've been selling here at Vans Warped Tour. And she's like, listen.
Oh,
Okay.
okay,
Anyway. My tweet of the week is from @collegestudent. It says, using Microsoft Word, asterisk, moves an image 1 millimeter to the left. And then it says, all text and images shift. 4 new pages appear in the distance. Sirens. How freaking true is that?
Wow. Wait, wow.
Using Microsoft Word.
I love that.
Gets me every time. What's your fun fact, BB?
Do you know that goats used to pull strollers?
Now, first off, what? Second off, how the frick would I know that?
Okay, well, I asked, did you know? And you said no, so there you go.
They used to pull strollers?
Yeah, like for,
Like, were they hired by, like, single moms?
yeah.
Goats, like the animal?
Yeah.
Would pull a stroller?
Yeah.
With a child in it?
Uh-huh. Fun fact.
That's, like, that. There's no other context, no year of when it happened.
It just says, the first stroller was pulled by a goat. This is many interesting facts that has...
It's probably kind of like a sleigh.
Yeah, like a dog or a horse, but not by the parents.
In my head, I see like a piece of rope that's tied around the front of like an old ass bassinet.
Like a horse type thing.
Oh, okay. Horse and carrots. Have you ever been on one of those?
No, they smell. And I think it's really, really...
They do smell. Cruel.
Yeah, to the horses.
They can be. Yeah, I don't know how much horses love being in the city, but then again, North Philly's got its handful of horses.
That is true.
So my fun fact is, I literally just typed in Google fun fact, and this popped up. So you can thank Google for this. It says, Kobe Bryant's parents named him after the famous beef of Kobe.
Okay.
They saw it on a restaurant menu. Bryant was raised Roman Catholic. When Bryant was 6, his father left the NBA, moved with his family, blah, blah, blah. I don't think you give a fuck about the rest of it. But is that real, or is somebody fricking with me?
It could be.
I don't know.
That's how you spell it.
Well, thank you guys so much for listening to this episode.
Thank you for listening.
If you didn't notice, this episode was about survivors.
Yeah.
If you want more information about the hotline and the website that I mentioned, it will be also in the show notes with a whole bunch of other fun stuff to go look at. Thank you to our Patreon supporters. Head on over to patreon.com/esoteric oddities. If you want bonus content, send us an email of what you want to hear, odditiespodcast@gmail.com. We're still getting around to them. We got December, we kind of have carved out for us because we are both going to be traveling a bit and
spending time with the fam jam.
And we're pre-recording this, so we're trying.
Okay. Bye, guys.
Bye.